What's up, you guys? So today we're going to do even or odd on codewars. So the object is to create a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns even for even numbers or odd for odd numbers. So the input is going to be a int, and we're going to return a string. So let's think about how we can do that. Let's do some examples to see how we can figure this out. So let's say, we'll do a couple examples. So we'll do some evens and some odds. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we get 1, the question is how do we return? We want to return odd. So this should be odd. So we can, how do we know if a number's odd? So if we divide 1 by 2, if we say 1 divided by 2, that's not, there's a remainder, right? There's a remainder of 1. And how do we know that? Because it doesn't divide in by 2 fully. So we can use the modulus operator in Python and do mod 2, which will give us the remainder after dividing by 2, and check if that's 0. So in this case, 1 mod 2, this equals 1, and 2 mod 2 equals 0. 3 mod 2 equals 1, because 3 divided by 2 is 1 with 1 remainder. And 4 mod 2 equals 0. Okay, so our test is going to be, so let's write our function in pseudocode. Is even, we can call it. We'll say, and we're going to take as argument a number, num, which is an int, and we will return a string. So we'll say if num modulus 2 is equal to 0, then we'll return even. Otherwise, we'll return odd. So let's run 1 through 4 through our function. So if we send 1, num equals 1. So is num mod 2 equal to 0? No, it's equal to 1. So we're going to return odd. What about 2? Is 2 mod 2 equal to 0? Yes, so we return even. 3. Is 3 mod 2 equal to 0? No, so we return odd. And 4. Is 4 mod 2 equal to 0? Yes, so we return even. So this is our pseudocode. And so now we can write our actual code here and test it. So let's do that. So we'll do def even or odd. It's taking a num, and I like to give these type hints to remind myself what's going in and what's going out. We'll say if num mod 2 equals 0, then we'll return even. Otherwise, we'll return odd. Okay, so let's try this. And let's see what we get. Does it want us to print it, is the question. So what these tests are, they're saying if we give 2 to our function, we expect to get even in return. If we give 1, odd. 0, even. Some big number, some big even number, even. Odd number, odd. That's what this is doing here. Sorry about that. Minimize that. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it passed. Let's click attempt. Okay, we got it. So now we can check and see how other people did this. You can do that. If you don't have time, you can just move on to the next problem. But seeing how other people do it is sometimes helpful, because there's many ways to solve the same problem. So let's take a look. Okay, so somebody, when you do stuff in one line, it's clever, but it can be a little confusing to read. So as a beginner, avoid the one-liners, and when you get better and more comfortable, go ahead and start doing that. And here's how I'd read this. It says, return odd if number mod 2. Okay, so number mod 2, it has only two possible returns, either 1 or 0. So this will evaluate true when this is 1. And when this is 1, this is going to be an odd number, so that's why we're returning odd. Otherwise, when it's equal to 0, return even. So that's how I read this right here. Alright guys, stay tuned for the next one.